really for junk.
I don't really think Aversa was hard.
Yeah, I had some struggles.
Garen's kind of tried to be hard.
Garen's tried to be
his
hard,
weapon.
but he got a little too ambitious.
Aversa's is kind of hard, actually.
Aversa's can be legitimately hard if you're not prepared.
If you don't have
right
an
way.
Okay, I don't know. That was pretty easy. I don't remember.
I remember struggling even with my, brave Hector. All Hearts is kind of not Linus.
You're gonna see after this count, it's like literally like 2%, 3% of the GHB maps had any kind of real difficulty to it, especially nowadays.
The problem is a lot of it is subjective and comes down.
Oh, I just got to the part with Alfonso the PH.
A lot of them were like they had reinforcements, and that inherently makes it harder.
Yeah, that inherently made them harder for the most part.
2 beast ones haven't had any reinforcements.
No, that made them exceedingly easy.
So what makes a hard GHB, I think, is when you have a lot of traps, as in like you go here. This is like, oh wait, no, go back for a moment. Okay, what makes a GHB hard is number one, kill zones, right, where they have multiple overlays of units.
Right.
Kind of like hard ether raid maps too.
Yeah, so that you can't just bait one spot and you'll have an easy time.
All right, and then the other one is reinforcements, because they have to like catch from behind or stuff. That way you have to be constantly moving, and you can't just set up and then just hold on and then just like slowly chip them away.
Right.
Third one.
What?
But if you know which units trigger which reinforcements, because like they go by like which unit does.
Not always. From
I know, but that takes several tries, and if it's going to take you several tries, then they've accomplished the goal, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the final thing is, I think, synergy between their skills, because I've seen some really cool shit when they do it right.
Oh,
like they trigger. Okay, so like guidance, for example, you think you're baiting the right hero. Nope, the melee moves first. Mage teleports in, and then you just got cucked. Things like that. Or like how Takumi's map was just multiple Scotties going off, and that just completely messed up people up too.
Yeah, and the Dazzling Staff one as well. That really threw people off.
Yeah, I think if they fill those 3 spots, you have a hard GHB. But if they don't even fill 2 of them out, that's when it becomes really easy.
Yeah, restricting movement is a huge part in what makes some of them difficult, which is why I can see your point in the versus being easy, because even though it splits you up, it's a pretty easy map to just kind of move around in, even in spite of reinforcements.
Actually, that's a good point too. The environment. So there have been GHBs where like Legendary Erica's that's not even a GHB, but in her map where your starting position is just terrible, and then you have reinforcements catching you from behind as well.
Yep, like that one forces you to you have to go backwards.
You kind of have to wall them out in that little hall.
Yeah.
Slowly as you can.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I mean, they make them harder, but it's not as hard. It's only hard if you try to do solos.
That's the thing too.
I don't know.
Most of these maps are solo.
And even some, they're like kind of pretty not as hard as you think. But it's definitely gotten easier over time. That I will agree with.
Thanks, Ark, for the follow. I'll just call you Ark.
I think that, like, Karnus was kind of hard, but the last one that I remember distinctly having a bit of trouble with was Garen, and before that, maybe Julius.
I don't even think the jam key one is like super easy. It's not hard, but it's
not
like,
hard, but it's just
it can take you a couple tries because of the guidance and stuff, and
and the
wary fighter and trees,
lots of trees.
Well, where he joins in FE4, there's a ton. Oh my god, that's like one of like the longest parts of FE4 is just going up the map in that one part.
That
like right before the castle.
I had to read
I can get that part of the
map.
map.
And I'm fucking genius did the whole.
I can't even hear you because you keep cutting off.
Anytime Zaya tries to anything, honestly.